G'day Hexes, Havoc here, and today we're going to be looking at another sealed pool and doing another sealed lesson. Today I'm joined by a special guest. It is none other than Jakisha. Say hi. Whoops, I had you muted. Try that again.
Jakisha's in the house, Lume too!
Alrighty, so yeah, as I said, we're going to be doing a sealed lesson. So what we're going to do here is we're going to do simply a sealed gauntlet. So I'm going to open this up here, see what we get. And we're not going to analyze it straight away. Me and Jakisha here will build our deck by ourselves. So let me open this up. So we're going to build a deck separately. We're not going to communicate with each other or tell each other our opinions or anything. We're just going to build and see what we both come up to separately. After we've done that, we'll then take a look at what each of us have built, and then we'll discuss and analyze what we've done and see just how differently we build our decks and what we can at least both learn from each other or even the chat. So we've got some people in Twitch as well, so howdy to all you. If you're watching on YouTube, feel free to comment of what you maybe would have done with this sealed pool. So let's jump on in. So 6 packs and 200 platinum, let's go. So Jakisha, how much experience have you had with sealed?
In this new format, I think I only played like one sealed.
One sealed?
And that was the clash, yes. Only one. I usually play only drafts or EOS. I don't play sealed.
Okay, so with the clash that you played, how did you go in that?
Terrible. I went 0-2, I dropped, and I was really salty because I was trying hard so much and I was like a bit frustrated. Then 2 days later I got all the door prizes and then I'm like, oh, the luck was actually on my side.
Yep, getting door prizes when you've dropped at 0-2 is pretty good. So alright, so I've opened the sealed pool here. Let me know if you can see it on the stream there. What I'll first do is I'll do what I always do, and I recommend everyone do this, is to look at your rares first. So let's have a look at those. So we've got obviously 6 rares, 6 packs. Didn't get any legendaries, but that's fine. So we've got a Sapphire Blue Crafty Skycarver, a Roaming Poltergarth in Wild, a Ruthless Destiny in Ruby, Hyborian Huntmaster in Diamond, a Lady of Wax in Diamond. So all those are very playable rares. Again, I'm not going to analyze or anything, but I'll just mention these are all playable rares. Paired Power, not so much, but can be synergized with Swamp Butt Champion. But yeah, let's now. I'll try to make sure to give. I'll go how I do it every time. So I go to Blood first. I just start from left to right. I sort by cost, and then I just have a look at what's available in that color. I make a mental note of it. Normally, it only takes me, 5-10 seconds just to glance at what's there, to know just how viable of a color it is. Is it likely going to be my primary color, or does it have potential as a secondary? And then I'll go through each color. But what I'll do here is I'll just let you tell me, Jakisha, when you've had a good enough look at each color. So I'm ready. So just tell me when you feel that you've looked enough. Feel free to make notes if you would like.
Okay. Stream is a bit delayed, so I'm like 10 seconds behind.
That's fine. So actually, what I recommend you do is take a screenshot. I'll bring up each color, and I recommend you take a screenshot. I'll also tell you, like, for example, there's no need to take 2 screenshots here. There's one card off the screen. I'll just tell you its name. But yeah, take a screenshot when you get to see it. So you should see all the blood cards there.
Did.
Alright, so get a screenshot of that, and the card that's off screen is Nameless Mists, which, feel free to. You can take a screenshot of that if you want separately, or just write it down.
I don't even need screenshot of that.
Yeah, it's a bad card. That's at least you know that much. That's good. So you've got screenshot of Blood. Let's now move over to Diamond. And let's see. So there is actually a lot more cards in Diamond, so you'll probably want to take 2 screenshots here. So let me know once you've taken the first one.
My stream is...
Yeah, that's fine. It's fine. Like, it'll be a little bit delayed, and it's going to be a little bit annoying for people watching, but that's fine. They can wait. They can wait. It's fine. Feel free to never play that card. Yeah, no, exactly. That blood card is flipped. So, yeah. Just let me know when you've got the first screenshot, and then I'll scroll down. Actually, I guess I don't need to wait. I can do this. Let's see. So... alright, so there we go. So now I've got the second set of diamond, because a lot of good high-cost diamond cards there I'm seeing. But yeah, let me know once you've got that second screenshot of the diamond pack. Actually, I might...
Down.
There might actually be a quicker way to do this. So what I'll now do is I'll go over to Ruby. I'll take the screenshots and just paste them to you on Discord. That probably makes a bit more sense. Herp-a-derp. So that way we don't have to wait for delays, do we? Alright, so let me do that. Should have done that from the beginning.
I'm done with Diamond if I'm still taking the screenshots.
No, that's fine. You get. I'll do the rest now, and I'll paste them to you. So you get the Diamond and Blood ones ready. Have them open so you can, once you start building a deck, and I'm going to paste you the rest. So first picture is now pasted to you on Discord. I'm going to grab another one here. Make sure I get everything. And then I can move on over. It just speeds things up a little bit. I don't know why I'm bothering to look at Sapphire. Sapphire is pretty bad this set. Well, there could be some viable. It could be. There's actually more cards than I initially thought there was there. Let's get
random fact. I still didn't win a game with Sapphire in my draft.
Yeah.
Not a single one.
Yeah, Sapphire definitely got weakened quite a bit. Yeah, let me get you that picture. Then we have to go down to there to get those ones. Just gotta wait for it to upload. And copy. And there's the next one. And let me grab this next one here. Anybody watching live on Twitch, feel free to try and build your own poll as well if you like. If you're able to. I mean, I guess maybe it's not going to be too easy since it's probably gone past and you haven't seen everything. But yeah, feel free to try to do something if you like. Copy that there. Paste that. Let me make sure I did that correctly. Move on to Wild. Alright. Copy another screenshot. Almost done, and then we'll get the artifacts. And then we can start building our floobs. My best draft in 888 was Blood Sapphire. Oh yeah, I mean, obviously if you get I assume it was probably mill, but not necessarily. But yeah, there's it's not like it's not always viable, but it is yeah, not the strongest anymore. Alright, so that's the first wild picture. Scroll down. Alright, there's just one more card. I'll just type it. It's a good one, so worth typing it out. It's the Ringmaster there. And let's get the artifacts. Oh, there's actually... I'll type them out since the ones that you might run. A Broombot you're never going to run. So there's a Dyna Dummy in the artifacts plus a Mechamut. So that pretty much should be everything. So what I'll do now is I'm going to start building, so feel free to pause the stream and start doing it yourself as well. So just do it as a new deck within the client, and then once you're happy with your deck, just take a screenshot and paste that to me in Discord and we'll have a look. So I'm going to start building mine within the client here for everybody watching live. So again, I'm just going to quickly, because I was mainly just taking screenshots. And yeah, so... I have a good idea of what I think the best two are. So,
I'm quite sure they are both Diamond both Wild or Diamond Wild.
Yeah. So I didn't look at Wild too much. Wild is... So yeah, what I might do is, so as to not influence each other, let me actually just mute myself on Discord, and I'm going to make it so I am deafened as well. So what I'll do is, as I'm building mine, once I'm done, I'll talk to the stream. So since I'm going to mute myself, and I assume you've already paused the stream, yeah, so we'll build separately, completely uninfluenced by each other. So I will unmute myself and poke you in a moment when I'm done. Alright, so that is now done. So we won't be able to hear him for a little bit, so let's build. So the Wild is not bad here, but just it's lacking in the early game, but it doesn't mean it can't be a secondary. So Blood had, let me look over this again, not much of an early game either. It's got these two guys in terms of board presence. We've got these two. Does have a Cruel Sentence, so there's a couple more things, but not really that great either. So we probably, again, it's neither are really great primary colors because of that. I'm going to try and discuss my thought process here as much as possible. In terms of Diamond, it's also lacking in that department as well. Does have the Koro, so it's another 2-drop, but everything else is very lackluster in the low drops. You know, 2-drops is where you want to get a lot of your cards. But it is very strong in the late game. So you've got Lady of Wax, you've got Luxguard, you've got even a Griffin's alright. The Huntmaster can be really good. And then the Into the Halls is good too. So there are some good cards there. Ruby, I think, was also lacking. So the pool overall, very much lacking in the 2-drop department, or even the 1s. This does have a decent 1-drop. The 2-drop is not good. Especially within this meta, you know, 2-1 with speed. Maybe it'll get in a hit, but it can easily just get blocked out by something as simple as a candle. And candles are very prevalent. It also has some decent late game stuff, like these two. I mean, well, this is not late game, but this is a good card, you know, powerful effect. Late game, this is, you know, if you get enough troops on the board, this is very, very powerful. Well, that was ridiculous. What's up, Zupin? What is ridiculous, my friend? So, let's see, so what was I saying? Just climbed from P2, Platinum 2 to Cosmic because 4 points were conceded after game 1. Wow, what have you been doing to these people? That's evil. So, let's have a look at Sapphire again. So, also lacking in the 2-drop department again. So, Sapphire is one of the worst in that department. Again, has some decent late game with flyers. And evasion is super important, but not great. So, and yeah, the Wild just had the 1-2-drop as well. So, I think we want to be in Blood just because Runic Decay is very strong. Umbral Guard is nice. Execute is nice. Herald of Roses is nice. This is decent. This is good. This is good. Call the Grave is nice. Bone Tide maybe. And then Diamond was pretty decent, but yeah, so I'm still going to be lacking in the 2-drop department. Now I can buffer myself by putting an Emu in. So let's see. So in terms of evasion though, I'm still not going to have a whole lot. So yeah, because like let's have a look here. So we don't really have any synergy for this. It's still a nice 4/4 life drainer, but every card here, we only have one source of evasion, and that is the Umbral Guard trigger. Everything else, we have no evasion there. So that's not great. Now, if we go into Diamond, we're not, you know, we're gaining a couple flyers. We're getting a Lady of Wax, which is nice, but we're still going to be very much lacking in the evasion department, which is going to be pretty much a bad matchup for something like Rico, because of the fact that, you know, we're probably not going to be able to get it in early swings. We don't have much early pressure. So we're going to probably be in a board lock state, you know, where we're just staring at each other. Maybe I'm taking hits, but I'm not going to have really any big ways to just buff my team and start swinging in. So I'll then get punched out of the game when my opponent does that very thing. So that does make that pretty bad, even though there is some really nice cards there. Let's go back over to Ruby. So Ruby is just really lacking. I do really like the Destiny. Can be very sweet, but it is just one card, and you know there's yeah, so that's not quite good enough. The Sapphire, I mean, I can run a Winter Widow as a 1-drop, can be decent, but we don't really have the pressure. We get a free Phantom over here, we get a couple flyers. It's still not really worth it to take the, you know, yes, we get some evasion, but it's not really worth it. So overall, the pool isn't, yeah, we're not going to get enough evasion. So we're going to have to just go big. And, you know, this is what Wild allows you to do. So while we're going to be very lacking in our early game, we're just going to have to hope for the best there. Because I think our best chance of winning is, you know, because we do have some pretty good wild cards here. You know, all these are good. I mean, it's okay. I probably won't run it. But, yeah, Poppy Pixie's fine. I want this, I want this, I want this. This is fine, this is fine. There's like 2 of them. Get in a 3-drop. So yeah, I don't think, was there any artifacts? There was like, so I have to run that. We need low drops. And then Blood, maybe some Bone Tides, but again, we don't really have much synergy for that either. So it's still very much lacking. So maybe the Blood isn't the best course of action, because the curve is just not, this is not good. You want a lot of these cards, and we just don't have hardly any, so it's not great. Tricolor is an option. Now, if I was to do that, it's not something I normally would do, but maybe it is something to consider here. So if I was to do that, I'd probably ditch these since we don't have much synergy for them anyway. We do have a couple of plants. I don't think Tricolor is the right choice either, but Yeah, not great. I mean, these are splashable. Getting that 2-drop, it's still, yeah, you're just hurting your consistency then at that part. So overall, this pool is definitely tricky, just because the lack of, in every color, the lack of 1s, 2s, and even 3s aren't that great either. And the ones that are there, like this, is very mediocre. Yeah. At the end of the day, though, we have to pick something, so the Blood Wild might be the best bet. If the Sapphire had just a bit more early game, yeah, it would give us the most amount of evasion. Well, not even really, no. So, it's not great, not great. So, I guess we still might as well finish building a deck here, something that we can actually run. So, while it's not a good ramp card, like I very much don't like this, it's a very much inferior Pomegranate. Pomegranate's just way, way better. But this deck kind of needs it, so we'll throw it in there. Oakhenge Ceremony is fine, even if it just gets us to one of our low drops. Like, even this is not even that great in the deck, but we are lacking early drops anyway, so we might even run a Broombot. Like, I kind of feel I need to if I'm going to do these colors. Like, it's pretty bad, but it is a troop. It is a body. And not for the turn, but Harvester is also not the worst. At least it can trade up, maybe. And get a bit of life back. I mean, because the late game is decent. The late game is decent. But yeah, there's a lot to be desired here. A lot to be desired from these colors. From the whole pool, really. But that's pretty much it, I think, there. So it's definitely not great. We'll go Blight Blossom on this, and then we'll check in on Jakisha in a moment. So this doesn't even really do anything in the deck either. Yeah. So the main reason for not going Diamond, which may actually be better, because then I get to go Verdict, and Verdict's pretty good. And then you've got this. It might actually be better to do the Diamond Blood. So that's maybe what Jakisha's built. We'll see. But the main reason for doing this is just because while it is a very mediocre pool, the Fariko Charge Power can change that. You know, give you a way to win. What I might really quickly do here is I'm going to build the diamond real quick. It will be very quick for me to do, so I'll do it real quick because I think it actually is better. You do lose that big impact charge power, but maybe it is a bit better overall. So because into the holes, if you can get that down early, can be very strong. We do get some evasion. And the Lady of Wax is nice. Can do these as 3-drops as well, which is not bad. Another flyer over here. This guy as well. Get to go Verdict. So let's check in on Jakisha in a moment. So guidance. That in the sideboard. This is fine, I guess. And then whatever else. So let's check in on Jakisha. Let's unmute myself here. Alright, so how you going, Jack? Are you done building?
Give me one more second. I have 2 variations. What I'll do, I'm just building the second one.
Yeah, I ended up building 2 myself. I first started with Blood Wild, and then I thought, you know what, I'll quickly build Blood Diamond. Those were the 2 that I went with. What were the 2 that you were building, or your variation?
I see a lot of... I really like and know what to do in Blood Diamond, so my variations are Blood Diamond and Diamond Wild.
Right, yeah.
I leave for second. I'm trying to decide, is it worth not having the payoff of that green rare versus the synergy from Verdicts.
Yeah.
That is why I need to build the second, so I see which is better in my mind.
So have you took a screenshot of your first variation?
I sent you the first.
Okay, cool.
And it's missing, like, I don't have the green rare. I never drafted it, so it's missing that, and it's missing the white rare.
Alright.
I don't have in collection to put it in.
All good. So I'll copy that and save it to my computer. Yeah, Diamond Wild is not the worst either. Might actually be better. there's a few different options there. Nothing really, to me, stands out as like, oh, that's the easiest, that's the easy pick there. It's an interesting super pool, very much lacking in the early troops, is what I would have the biggest problem with the, yeah.
That is why I would go with 20 more shards, 18 shards. And my champion for sure would be the Verdict guy. I don't need Furico in the late game deck. I don't care. I'm quite sure about that.
Well, the reason why I think, if you are in Wild, Furico is kind of important is the lack of evasion that the deck has. Wild Diamond I think has a couple of, you got obviously a couple flyers in Diamond, but there is just a very, very lack of evasion. So for Rico, it can be your big chance to win, is what I would think there. But yeah, I mean that was the two biggest problems with this pool as a whole, is the lack of early game and then the lack of really good evasion, and also even removal. I mean, Blood gives you double Runic Decay Execute, which is not too bad. I really like Runic Decay, but yeah. Either way, let me get these screenshots saved. What have I done wrong here? Alright, so that's the first one saved. So let's have a look here. So what I'll do real quick is let's have a look. So yeah, it really just comes down to the fact that they have to run this is pretty bad. Yeah, so the Wild basically to me gives you good late game in terms of it's rare, the Ringmaster, and then potentially the Charge Power is because it is overall a pretty lackluster deck, no matter which way you go in terms of the reliability of being able to swing in. Especially if you're against Furico and they buff up their team, you're probably just going to get locked out of the game unless you have one of your couple flyers in play and you're winning a race. But yeah, let me know when you've got the other screenshot ready, and just I'll grab that as well.
I'm carrying it, but I'm not liking it. I'm missing. It's not good.
All right, you're missing.
I'm just going to pass you. I'm just going to pass you what I have. Then I'm going to tell you.
That's fine. Yep.
I think basically when I build this variation, I'm quite sure I need to go blood green. That was not possibilities when I was starting, and if I was doing it, I would do it really quickly. The first would be mine, safe bet. If things don't work out anyway, that will be the deck I'm going. So every other deck is I'm trying to see what are the payoffs. Is it good or better? So now I first I built it. The first one, it was green and white.
Yep.
And I saw immediately I don't have removal, I don't have a regame. Regame is terrible, is extremely terrible. In blood, you can have a payout for a bit removal, but removal is not that good. It's bad removal. I mean, it's not bad, but I like removal that is unconditional in a sense, either the diamond card that voids, or the necrophilia, necro, whatever its name, 5 cost that destroy.
Yeah.
So we have execute that is bad. I don't like execute, and Runic Decay, which is good, but it's only 2 damage. It's it's good to stop a reaggro, which basically needs for our lack of a game, but in combination with blood diamond combination, I'm okay with a regame. So that card is basically, if I run that color combination, I feel like I need maybe 1 copy. I don't really need 2 copies, and that's the only removal I have. So I'm in a bad spot. Heralds are really, really good. I love those cards, but synergies anywhere are none. Maybe in a bit of green, so they are on their own, just like the troop. I only win games if I have some sort of messing up the combat mathematics of the other player. So I really want Bear from Diamond. I want Horse, I don't know the name, the 6-drop common in white horse that live drains. I want that card. I don't have it. I have the bear. Bear is really good. So this is the second. Give me a sec. Prince.
Yep. Yeah. So like, I agree that the lack of removal in pretty much all the viable colors is to be desired, and yeah, obviously you want removal that is unconditional. Just kill target troop is obviously the best type you want. Runic Decay, however, can be nice. You can do it at the start of your turn. Set a phase stop. Do it before you draw a card. And you can take the gamble sometimes. Sometimes it's the right choice and the only choice you have. Where you do that, you take the gamble and hope to draw the resource so you can do 4 damage, take out something bigger. I actually did that a few days ago and it actually got me the win because then I had to gamble. It's like, well, I'm dying to a 4/4 flyer, need to go for it, and was lucky enough to get that resource. But it also because it's quick, you can do it as a trick as well. Block something and then finish it off. Or attack in and have them block and finish it off. You got that advantage. So Runic Decay is still really good. Execute, I agree, it's bad removal. I'm not a fan of it either. As I'd rather just have like a low drop troop or something. But when you're lacking options, it's it's good enough. Yeah. Let's have a look here at your. So you've took the screenshot. Yep. All right. Let me grab that. All right. Let me save that one. So what we'll do here is, yeah, I made a few different options there. Honestly, I'm not even certain what I would go with there. I just built the few different viable options. I probably would just go for Blood Diamond just because my love of Verdict, honestly, is probably what I would do.
Me too. I mean, the champion would be Verdict guy. It only depends will I be the green color or not. I even think because in variation of the blood, I lack late game. And I think splashing for that rare green in Verdict deck in this situation maybe is the right call. Like going blood diamond and splashing like one Verdict, like one shard for the green 5 cost rare.
Maybe. Let me have a look. Was there any fixing? There wasn't really any fixing, so it is a risk to do. Because, especially if you're in, a Clash tournament, the risk of, obviously, splashing any color. I did it in the last Clash just because I needed... My deck was overall very mediocre. So, it is a good option to do if you're just lacking power. And you're like, well, look, it's worth it if I, But the thing is, the downside is, especially in a 7-round tournament, all it takes is 1 round where you get an opening hand of, your splash color and one of your other colors, and then you've got majority of your other color cards in your hand. And maybe you mulligan, and all that that could lose you the whole round just from that one little thing. But yeah, obviously, you probably run 17 shards if you're going to do something like that. But yeah, I still don't like it. It sometimes is the right choice though. With this pool, I probably wouldn't bother. I would probably just stick to the consistent. Then again, let's have a look at the threshold. Yeah, the threshold requirements are not too bad. Especially for the early game where it's most important that you get, stuff on the board. So it's possible, but yeah. So with what I've got up on the screen now, I don't know if you've resumed that. I've just got the Blood Diamond that I built. So, I've included some bad cards just to be filler slots in early game. So I got Dynadummy in there, which is bad. I've got Broombot even, which is terrible. But, without them...
in my opinion...
Go ahead.
This variation that you have, I don't like the 1 cost bot. I would change it for that Basher 1/5 for free vanilla white card. He's terrible, but I really have success with him.
The Battle Master.
He stops. Yes,
yeah,
he's terrible card that stops aggro.
Yeah.
That terrible free cost.
What I would actually probably do, just looking at this again, is I would actually take out probably both. I'd probably take out the Dynadummy and then probably just put in Emu. Over the Dynadummy. Because, the 3-drop is good too, it's stopping stuff, but the Emu does just as good at, it's something we can get down to 1, because we're lacking... So I think the Broombot might still stay in there, maybe, but maybe... Because, yes, it comes into play on Exhaust. If I'm in the play, that's fine. I'll then still be able to trade with, a 2/2 or something, or a 3/2. But yeah, it might be better to just do something like this here. Because that's still a perfectly viable curve. It's not great, because you don't want to emulate something early. Corpse Lily, so there's really just a few troops. The Acolyte, though, in Blood Diamond, you get to do a 1/5 for 2, which is great. So that's probably okay. The upside as well is the Grizzlies can be frost formed. So it might actually not be necessary to run the Battle Master. Could potentially even run a Bone Tide. Or if I really wanted to be desperate, run a 1-of Light of Livanth to get the 1/1 for 2 and gain some health. That isn't the worst. But see, the downside though, still the biggest downside to this, to me, is that while yes, we can potentially keep ourselves alive from early pressure thanks to Grizzlies, thanks to what the low drops that we do have, is that the ways in which we win the game are, well, I mean, honestly, Into the Halls could do it. In the Halls could give us a couple Phantoms, and that could just be enough to win the game. We got 1 flyer here with Luxguard and 1 flyer here with Golden Griffin. They're pretty much our biggest ways to win the game. Is the In the Halls, the Luxguard, and the Golden Griffin. Lady of Wax is okay, maybe getting a bit of damage before she has to just play defense. But yeah, it's obviously every color was lacking evasion to some extent, but yeah, they're pretty much to me the biggest ways in which the deck wins. So let me actually bring up your variation here. We'll have a look at the differences in the Blood Diamond. Let me grab that screenshot. Hopefully I saved them properly. Let's have a look.
I didn't know we have 2 Grizzlies. Both Grizzlies would be in my deck.
Yeah.
That bear, that single-handed won me so many drafts. It's close to my best card. When I see it, I'm taking it.
The Grizzly?
I like that card. Yes,
okay.
He is insane for him.
I mean, I would say that's a bit of confirmation bias that you're using there. That thanks to him he won me certain games, so I'm gonna pick him every time. I think that's maybe not the best attitude. Obviously, if the pack is mediocre, then that's fine. But it's not something I high priority pick. Like, it's a good buffer, especially if you're putting down as 5. But I still like to prioritize, aggression over something like that. And it's more of a, can be, there's many ways in which it can be good, but it's not a high priority pick for me. But anyway, that doesn't really matter too much.
My style of playing Diamond is stall out the game, win really late game, and win with accumulation of value. So I gather value from verdicts over time.
Yeah.
And our constant is really good for that. Like, when I saw the constant, I'm like, please be decent, White. Please, just need decent. I don't need really good. I need you to be support. I really like doing that constant with the guy that with ramp from Wild, but we don't have any ramp. That's shitty a bit. I also, the 7 cost, it's not good action because it's really expensive. But the way I played the game, I like to stall the game. So when I get it, it doesn't matter to me that it's 7 cost. I'm stalling the game anyway. Yeah. That's my game plan. That's how I play it. I know that most people value aggression. I win my games when I stall everything. Yeah. So I really value bears. I value life drain. That's why I really like the roses too. But generally, the deck lacks removal hard.
Yeah.
I would even like to have at least -1/-1 spell. It's not good spell, but in this situation, I would like it. I even think I would include. I think we have 1 spell +2/+2 if we have constant on the play buff. Yeah. And I think that would be the final cut in the deck too. I need to it's hard for me to build a deck because I'm using a lot of how much troop I have, what's the curve, and I'm switching constantly to check, okay, I'm lacking troops, I need to have at least, for the down threshold in this type of deck for me is for 13 troops. I cannot go below 13. So if I'm lacking, I know I need to do something. Like, the problem with this deck too is we lack how to win the game. So game plan of winning would be stalling and winning with a lot of verdicts and the constant. That's a bomb. Also, the game plan is using Luxguard, and I still think that I would maybe splash for that green rare, and put Sea Strike Flight in the game because he is a too big bomb to pass.
Yeah.
Like,
So
he with flying, he's insane.
yeah,
But generally, the green deck is really decent, but we don't have a ramp and we don't have a regame, so we will be stomped. Everybody likes to go aggro, and we don't have a life drain. I mean, we have 2 bears, but they can you cannot draw them. Like, it's too not consistent, if I can say it like that.
Yeah. So the one downside, obviously. Sorry, go ahead.
The Grizzly is missing, so I think I have 20 cards in that screen. So one more Grizzly.
And the Huntmaster as well. The rare you didn't have.
The green. Yes, and that rare too. And actually that's then 23, and that will be the deck. The Gams in 2-drop will be Fate Weave. I really want to pull the Gam in Umbra Guard will be +2 HP. Yeah. Also, I would have, as I'm looking it now, I think I need to have 4-drop that have Gem, 2 for vanilla, +2. So he will be 2/6. He's just a body to stop the aggro.
Yeah. Yeah, so the one downside.
Like...
Sorry, finish what your thought there.
It's really hard for me to say, like, okay, I will do it like this, because I'm switching constantly. Like, I utilize every 20 minutes that I get to make the best thing I can. Yeah. So I'm like, okay, this card in, this card out. Is it good? Is it better? What's the payoff? I get this, I don't get this. I do it in my mind so fast. I'm trying to do it now, and like, I'm confused because I don't have all the options available to do the things I do. I'm constantly checking the ratios, I'm checking the resources, costs. I'm like switching those things up, and I'm like, okay, what I have in this color combination, I don't have in this. So I'm like, what is the payoff? What I want to do? What is my deck going to do?
What's the pros and cons of each? Yeah, what does this offer that this one doesn't? Yeah, all that sort of stuff. So the one downside to stalling, you know, as you're saying, you just want to stall it out. I mean, yes, there's a decent chunk of life gain in this Blood Diamond, and it probably, thanks to, you know, adding in things like Emu, and like, for me, I would probably make the 2-drop a 1/5, make the Umbral Guard a 2/5, you know, again, increasing that stall. The downside, of course, is, you know, they're very prevalent in the limited meta for Rico. You know, that's stalling against that can be just like you're just asking to die. But you know, yeah, it probably is pretty much the, you know, again, because of our lack of win conditions, we don't really have much of a choice. I would actually add the Benediction because it does give evasion, and if we do have something like a Herald of Roses die, then that could become a very serious win condition. So I would add that in as well. I'm not sure what I would take out for it. It is actually quite tricky. Also, the other downside that, you know, saying, oh, you know, Into the Halls is going to be a really good payoff, is if you don't get it early enough, it can just do nothing. But yeah, if you do get that down early, that can obviously do a lot of work. But yeah, the thing, so it's hard to know what to actually take out. Like, I don't know if I would splash the wild card. I would love to, but again, I'm very hesitant to splash for a third color just because I already just, you know, don't like not having consistency. But yeah, what I would take out for the Benediction is a tough one. Maybe I would just get rid of the Battle Master that I've got in there, and just... Wait, what else do I have in there? Umbral Guard, Bleak Harvester. What's Bleak Harvester again? Let's have a look. What's this floops? Alright, so that's... I think I would leave in this, because again, it's another life gain troop, can trade decently. So maybe I'd leave that in there over the Battle Master, but it'd be one of those two I take out most likely. To get in the Benediction. But yeah, like the other option, you know, so let me just bring up here your other deck you built there, because yeah, yeah, it'd be good on Orochi Kero as well. That's true, Huggle. Let me bring up your
there
other...
is also thinking about when you play out the first game in the tournament. You see the enemy deck, and then when I'm playing out the game, I'm already thinking what I have, like, in sideboard, what's good, what's bad. I think we have renewal spell.
Yeah.
In some type of matchups, that is really strong. So, like, it also kind of combos with a bit of Fate Weave that we have. Like, we'll get that guy +1/+1. So it can sometimes even go into main deck, but not really. I mean, in drafts I do it sometimes just for the rolls, because I have, I guess, when I have ferrets, I love like chunking and then reverting my guy to 4-6, and then the troop dies, and the enemy is like, oh my god, he just do something I didn't think about and stuff like that.
Yeah. So with the Wild Diamond here, I think I took out the Lumbering, the 6/4 6-drop. I'm not a huge fan of it just because it is slow and it has to die to get the portal, which is, generally it is going to die. But I think I did slightly different. For the most part, though, I think we have pretty much, we're probably both built fairly similar. But yeah, you mentioned the revert sideboard card. The really good revert card is obviously the one that reverts 3 troops. That thing is so good in this limited meta. So, that's a card like very good against Fariko, very good against Candles. Just very, very high value pick, and easily can be slotted into main deck in this meta. But definitely great in the sideboard for those matchups. Overall, let's just so I'm looking at the Diamond and the Wild here. Obviously, the Wild and the Diamond, the early game is worse, and it's still again it's lacking. I mean, I guess it has a similar evasion count because we only had the 2 flyers in Diamond anyway, and then the Blood wasn't. I mean, we're in Verdict, so we do get a bit of damage from Umbreguard maybe, but overall, I guess they're both not all that great. So the upside, I guess, to the Wild Diamond is, I don't know what champion you would go, but I think you just have to go for Rico to give your deck a bit more of an edge, to actually try and do something. What was that?
Quite sure you're right. I'm quite sure you're right. I'm thinking right now, when I deciding the champion, I check the troop count. For Rico, 70 troops or more. For Rico, I'm not doing it. If I have 15 troops, no way I'm going for Rico. No freaking way.
Right.
Too many times happened to me, especially with this early game, because I'm thinking my 2-drop probably won't have it. I'll have 1 3-drop, 4-drop is clustered, so I'm going to try to stall the game, and then versus control matchups, I'm gonna do fine. So my thinking is, who will I most likely to face? I'm going to face Furico aggro that will out aggro me. I will face probably Candles. What will I do if I face Buri? Versus Buri, I don't really care. Am I Furico? Actually, I care, but not that much. Am I Furico or am I the Verdit guy? So I'm thinking top decks. What are they? Buri, diamond combination with Blood. They have a removal. The aggro, most people like to play really aggro, so if I stop the aggro, I'm gonna win probably 2/3 of the matches. So I need a way to stop aggro, and I need a way to win the game. So that's why the green is a bit bad, because the stopping aggro, we lack removal. In this variation, we have good troops. I mean good troops, decently troops. They are not the best troops, but it's okay. But we don't have the way to stop the aggro. Also, if we curved out, we don't have the good aggro ourselves to finish the game. Like, if we curve out, 2-drop, 3-drop, 4-drop, we are on the play, something he plays, and I cannot go past it, I'm like, what now? So that's why I think the deck will be with the Blood, because he has at least some type of removal. And that's about it. It's not splashing the green, because I'm looking. It's like it has decent playables, and 5-drop is clustered already, so probably would go with the Blood Diamond variation. The champion would be the Verdict guy. Shards 17, and split is probably 1 more for Diamond because of the constant. I
Constant is I agree. So I agree that... I agree. Sorry, go ahead.
If I hit it 3-drop or at 3, I want to have thresholds for it, so it will be on the side of the diamond.
Yeah, so I'm actually going to... So I'm going to build a deck, since, it is a sealed pool that I will eventually play. I'm still going to make this. So yeah, this is pretty much what I would run here. If this was a clash, I would just be like, well... maybe I'll get some door prizes, because this deck isn't going to win. Like, it's just not good enough. Again, on the stream I did earlier, I looked at some of the top 8 Clash decks from yesterday, and you could just see how insane they were, and you can, just looking at them, you're like, yeah, that's congrats on your top 8. Some of those decks, they're just so good. This doesn't really have any bombs, lacks evasion, lacks aggression, and just lacks a lot. So it's a lot to be desired in the pool overall, but yeah, the Blood Diamond, I agree, is pretty much the better choice. You've at least got some decent removal, and removal that is quick, and you can use in flexible ways, which is nice. The Benediction of Lumos and the few flyers it does have, pretty much the best chances of the deck winning. But yeah, overall, just not great. But I would actually, so I did take out the Battle Master, and the reason why I've done that is because, again, I'm going to count these Grizzlies as 3-drops. I am going to be greedy and still run 16, because that's just, that's what I do. And also because these I'm counting as 3-drops. And I've also have a Guidance. So it's greedy, but it's, I hate flooding out as well, so I think you can get away with it, because, if you drag these over there, you got what, 4 5-drops, 1 7, still, more than I would normally run. But they are powerful drops at that. But the upside and the main reason is that we do have a lot, I have a lot of Life Drain troops here. So we got this guy with Life Drain, that with Life Drain, 2 of these with Life Drain, we got some more Life Drain over here. And then, you've got some decent blockers, the Arctic Emu. Get that down on turn 1, can by itself stop a lot of damage. Then you got the Acolyte as well as a 1/5. So it's still, you're still going to have games where, especially if you're on the draw with this deck, against a very well-bit aggressive deck, you're going to have a bad time, most likely. Unless you get to those Runic Decays and get rid of their board state. Like, if you can trade off even just a couple things early, and then they start putting out some more stuff. If Runic Decay is still a viable option to get rid of maybe a 4/2 3-drop or something like that, then you can potentially easily get back in the game, especially if you get to these. And then again, the Grizzlies being health buffers as well. And this is also life gain as well. So there's actually quite a few life gain troops in here. So, and then you've got Verdict that might do some nice things, but yeah. And then if you really...
I really like the combo.
Go ahead.
Sorry, I think you're finished. I like the combo that usually when you are Verdict guy, people give you the gain 1 HP relic or whatever, constant, whatever his name. And when I have the Frog, that won me a couple of games. Like Frog combos with Daybreak, you choose, it's really good payoff, and you don't need to swing. You just stay back. Okay, what's my game plan? How I win? I survived long enough, and then you pick the cards. Like, you grind out the opponent. It's really annoying, and I have a couple of people telling me, "Oh my God, your deck is terrible. How did you win?" And I'm like, I know my deck. Like, couple of drafts, I have amazing decks that are way better than this ever will be, and I lose because I get out aggro, or I don't stop the aggro, or I don't do enough, or misplay even. When I'm playing decks like this, I'm really good at it. I know exactly what I'm doing, what I want to do, how I want to do it, what I want to draw, what I want to do, when, how, stuff. I really like these type of plays and decks. And it's annoying as hell.
You like bad decks? What?
No, I don't mean I like the style of playing,
I know what you mean.
Like slow control-ish, grindish.
Yeah.
If it makes any sense.
That's fine.
And this is like, this have really little aggro. I mean, there is a possibility like hitting 2-drop the Frog, 3-drop the Bear, 4-drop Lux. And if he doesn't,
that's your best.
The greedy folk, and like, there is a possibility you win turn 5. This deck heavy.
Right.
It's
a very, very, very slim chance. Yeah.
1 in 100. That's my prediction. But
I wouldn't bank.
Doable.
I wouldn't bank on that sort of stuff. If I get it, sweet. But yeah, like, it's still a deck that could win, but it's not going to be winning any tournaments like, clashes or anything. It could. It's something that I would say could get to 4. If you're lucky, you could get 5 wins, but I don't think you're getting any more than that. And honestly, getting that far would be quite a stretch even. But yeah, I mean, it's the best we can pretty much build here out of this sealed pool. I'll probably end up playing it later, and I don't expect it to do too well. But other people might I might get matched up against some other crummy pools also. And if I can get early into the holes, of Twilight Down. That can definitely do a lot of work. That card is sweet. But yeah, so I think we both agree there that the Blood Diamond being the best choice. At least it has some decent sideboard cards, especially if you go against Blood Wild. You've got the Blinding Ire that can give it a bit more removal that it's lacking. But yeah. What does everyone in chat think? Would you have all went for Blood Diamond, or would you have went for something else? Let me know in the chat, but if you have anything else you would like to say there, Jakisha, before we wrap things up, feel free to do so now.
I enjoyed discussing this. It was a strange new experience for me. I really liked it. I hope everybody found something good from the stuff I told. I actually don't play sealeds. I mean, I played one only, and that's about it.
Mm-hmm.
But I do try always to think about what is the best play, what is the best card, how I can utilize it and stuff. Bye-bye, everybody. Jakisha, signing out.
Thank you for joining me.
I would sorry. I would drop the mic, but it's headset, so no dropping.
You don't want to break your headset. It's not going to be worth it since you're not on camera. The effect will be lost. But yeah, thank you for joining me. And again, if you're watching via YouTube, feel free to comment. Let us know if you would have built something different. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this sealed lesson. So thank you all for watching. Until next time, keep flubing, and maybe we'll do another sealed lesson later this week. So yeah, thank you again. Take care.